ladies and gentlemen, hope your day is going great, even though mine is not going swimmingly, and I'll tell you why. Okay, in my last video, is it last video? No, a few videos ago called Fears, I talked about that I had a first surgery, which potentially removed a plantar wart that I've had for about 2 years. And because of that surgery, for the next 3 weeks, I had to be walking around on my heel, which is easier said than done. It's a workout, just let you know. Anyway, after 3 weeks of healing, I finally got my stitches removed, which was last week, and was told to walk around like normal people instead of walking on the heel, so I was ecstatic about that. However, the suspicious thing about that was my doctor told me not to change the dressing, like, at all. And for like 2 weeks, I'm not supposed to change the dressing. That was a little bizarre, because you definitely want to change dressing. Like when you cut yourself, you obviously clean it up, bandage it up, and then change it every day at least, or every other day depending on how it is doing. And you're supposed to air dry it, so it doesn't get moist, and that which is a breeding area for bacteria, which leads to infection. And that's the last thing I need. Like, really last thing I needed. But I trusted my doctor, and I said, okay, I won't change the bandage. I'll leave it alone. Leave it on for 2 weeks straight, even though at work I wear non-breathable shoes, which is leather shoes, dress shoes. Yeah, we have to wear a uniform and make it very masculine, which didn't work with my curves a little bit, but that's not the topic we're talking here. The topic is my foot had a little complication. It popped open, and I might need stitches or medical super glue or something. I'm hoping not stitches, because that means I'll have to be on heel walking restriction again, and I hate heel walking restriction. It really screws up your body posture and your lower body, because your muscles overwork to compensate for weird walking that is not used to. And let me tell you, you become more aware of how uneven the ground is. I thought the sidewalk I was using to my job was flat. There was a little, it's very tiny. You can't tell unless you're injured or using crutches, wheelchair, or whatever. You will feel it. You're like, it's not as flat as it looks. Got it. So yeah, I have a doctor appointment today. And it's been a week after I found out that it popped open. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if they're going to use, like I said, stitches, super glue, or just let it heal on its own, which we might have to, because you're supposed to get stitches within 24 hours, apparently. Because if I'm reasoning right, if you get it within 24 hours, it will be before it scaps over and start healing on its own. If you get it too close before that happens, I don't know why I'm putting it in my arm, but this is what I got. It would allow the blood to bond to each other, and pellets. I want to say pellets, it's like red blood, no, not red blood cells. Where am I kidding? The clot forming chemical thingy. I never remember what is that called. I know what it is, but I can't remember. That before that comes to this site and start forming bonds with each other. Since it's been over 24 hours, I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna be able to stitch it back together because the skin is pretty hard. Like, even I couldn't squeeze it back together. And anyway, sorry, probably a little more details than you really wanted to hear, but I'm hoping that my cut will be fixed. So I'll give you an update and see what's going on after the doctor appointment. So wish me luck. Hey, next day. Okay, good news. I didn't need stitches or medical super glue, which is good because that means I don't have to worry about heel walking restriction, which is pain in the butt, like biggest pain in the butt. However, I do have a minor restriction, which is pretty obvious. Don't run or do any activities that could possibly reopen the wound farther, if that makes sense. Meaning no running, no jumping, no heavy impact on your feet. So all I have to do is just, I can walk around, but I still have to take it easy too. And just keep it clean and watch it heal, probably, I guess. But things are good. That means, like, things are good. I'm on my recovery road. I will get my foot back so I can run again. Which is crazy because I have sworn off running like a few months ago. And now I'm like, I want to go run again. Weird, huh? Very weird. But just want to give you good news. And that's all I have for you today. Sorry if you like this video because it's informative. Please press like. And if you have any questions, doesn't matter what it's about. It could be about deaf life, deaf culture, cochlear implant, or whatever. Please drop them down in the comment below. And I will see you next Saturday. Bye!